Hey guys, I'm Sarah Butler, and this is Ben Butler, my brother, and you're watching Cowgirls Live. So today we have a lot to cover. We're going to talk about the weather, a little bit about crossbows, and planning out your daily routine. But first, I just want to tell you guys what I did this past week with my horse. So this past week, it was pretty cold out. There's still snow on the ground. There's a lot of ice. But this past week, I just kept riding Tigger. I probably rode him about every other day this week because it was so cold out. So I rode him like 4 days. So we did a lot of hills and trotting, and I rode bareback this week because I didn't feel like tacking up in the cold. So putting on a saddle, it takes like an extra 5 to 10 minutes to do, but it's annoying because like I have to take off my gloves, like taking them on and off, and then my hands get cold. So a lot of times instead of tacking up, I just ride bareback with his blanket on. That's just on him 24/7, and I just kind of hop up there. I'll put a bridle on him, but it is a little bit harder to hang on riding bareback because there's no stirrups, so there's no saddle horn, there's no back of the saddle to hold me in there. But it's definitely a good exercise for me because it makes me have to hang on tighter, and it works like my muscles a lot. Like after I ride bareback for like if I canter or even if I just ride for a while, it definitely I'm sore the next few days because it really works my leg muscles because they have to try extra hard to hang on tight, especially when he's running. So riding bareback is definitely like something to do if you're trying to keep your leg muscles toned and in shape. So Ben, did you ride bareback at all this week?
Yes, I did.
So what'd you think about it, like compared to riding with a saddle?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's a little hard to stay on, but I didn't do much trotting or anything, so I don't know.
Yeah, Ben just kind of hung out on Shorty. We had this little fat horse named Shorty. He just kind of does whatever. And Ben just hopped on there and followed me around.
Yeah.
So, before we get further into the video, I'm going to show you guys some sponsor stuff. So, I'm just going to screen share with you guys. So, CraigShipp.com is one of my sponsors. So if you guys could go to their Facebook page, it's www.facebook.com/Frederick County, as you can see right here on my screen share. If you go to videos and then scroll on down here, you can look at all videos, and these are all local businesses who are advertising. And if you want to support local businesses and their business, go ahead and go to the Facebook page, click on some of their videos, and watch them. And you could comment something. It's also good if you are a business to comment something nice about their videos. So then when other people are watching their business, your business will get some recognition. So I commented, that looks like a lot of fun because this is a video about the little gym, a bunch of little kids in a gym. So go head over to the Facebook page and like and share and comment on their videos. They've got a lot of good content on here. Stuff about Woodsboro Bank. There's the Red Horse Restaurant. The Red Horse Restaurant is in Frederick. I think pretty much definitely everything in here is in Frederick County because it's Frederick County Facebook page. So check them out. My other sponsor, Catoctin Mountain Orchard. I've talked about them quite a few times, but they are closing up pretty soon. So this is, I believe, there's only a few more days that they're going to be open because they're closing in February. So definitely check them out while you can. Get some of their produce. They got a lot of good stuff there. They've got, apples. Look at all this stuff. Look, those are all different apples that they have. So go check them out. When you get a chance before they close for the season. I'm going to stop sharing with you guys. All right, and by the way, as we're going on with this video, comment. because we want to see your comments. Ben wants to see your comments. Ask him questions about hunting. Ask me questions about horses, okay? So Scott Fulton says, hey, guys. Hey, Scott. David Williams says, hey, all. Hey, David. Scott Fulton says, how uncomfortable is bareback riding? So it's definitely a little uncomfortable sometimes because it's just like there's not a saddle. You don't have like all that support, and it's kind of, it can get a little scary. Like if I'm riding in a saddle and my horse spooks at something, he might throw himself to the side. Well, I'm usually pretty secure, but if I'm riding bareback and he jumps over to the side, there's a chance, a bigger chance that I'm gonna fall off. What did you think it was uncomfortable?
Not really.
Not really. Ben doesn't have a whole lot to say about this subject. It's not hunting. It's not his thing. Turkey Vulture says, what do you hunt?
Deer and rabbit and squirrel and just mainly stuff in Maryland, but not a lot of birds. I don't do much bird hunting.
Pretty much anything that's legal to hunt, Ben shoots it and he'll eat it. Except for raccoons. We haven't eaten raccoons yet, right?
No, not yet.
CraigShipp says, ask questions here. Also ask Sarah how you can donate Bitcoin to her to support the show. So many twos, I just couldn't say them. Hannah Bear 123 says, hi, Sarah and Ben. Hey, Hannah Bear, why aren't you asleep? Hannah Bear is my cousin, and she should be asleep right now because she's staying the night at her house. Turkey Vulture says, very nice. So, I just wanted, right now, Cinch does not sponsor me, but Cinch is super duper cool. They have shirts, jeans, coats, a lot of stuff. They're a really cool brand in the rodeo world, and I like their products a lot. So, I don't know if you guys heard, but about a month ago, a month and a few weeks ago, I got into a car accident, well, a truck accident in my truck. And when I got in the accident, I was wearing my Cinch jeans, and I really love my Cinch jeans. Have you ever worn a pair of Cinch jeans?
No, I haven't.
What do you think about my Cinch jeans? You think they're pretty cool?
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Cinch jeans are pretty cool. Anyway, I was wearing my Cinch jeans, and when I went to the hospital, I was supported there. I mean, I was not supported there. What's the word I'm thinking? Not supported, it's transported. My brain. I was transported to the hospital in an ambulance. And when I got there, they like cut off my pants because they wanted to make sure that I wasn't injured, like my back or whatever. They were just like checking out everything, like my whole body, because they wanted to make sure that I wasn't badly injured, and they didn't want to be moving me around. It was just like the quickest option. So they cut off my Cinch jeans, and I love my Cinch jeans, as I stated before. So I was a little bit unhappy. So my mom, what were you gonna say?
So they didn't just like cut the waist or whatever. They cut down both sides, and so they were completely in shreds and stuff.
Yeah, they cut them off kind of crazy. It wasn't like, it was overreacting. Like, I don't know why they needed to. It was complete overkill. I don't know why they had to do that. But anyway, they did. So that's cut my jeans, and I was a little annoyed. And my mom, she didn't tell me this, but until after she did it, she emailed Cinch and was like, "Hey, my daughter got into this accident, and they cut her pants off, her Cinch jeans that she bought. She's really upset. Like, is there anything you guys could do?" So, a few weeks ago, I got something in the mail from Cinch, and I was like, ooh, what could this be? I like Cinch. So I opened it up, and they sent me this little card. It said, "Dear Sarah, so sorry to hear about your wreck. We are all hoping you are doing well and enjoy these jean certificates from the Cinch team." So Cinch sent me these little coupons, basically like a gift card, and I get to get a free pair of jeans, or a free shirt, or one of each, or two of each, because they sent me 2 coupons. So I went ahead and ordered a pair of jeans. I haven't used my other coupon yet, but I ordered some jeans and I love them. And I just wanted to say thank you, Cinch, because these jeans were completely free, and it was like way better than having to go out and buy another pair of cinch jeans because they were free. I'll take anything that's free. So the Bella is awesome, says hi sisters. Hi, the Bella is awesome. Turkey Vulture says, do you ride the horses all year? Yes, I do, even though it is very, very, very cold. So real quick, speaking of the cold, we're going to be talking about what to wear when it's cold out and how we treat the animals different. Sorry, I just kicked my camera. Treat the animals different when it's cold out. So, first off, the reason Ben's here is because he wants to show you what he wears when he's hunting and it's cold out, because it's definitely a little different. So, Ben, can you show us what you typically would wear when it's like how cold is it when you go out to hunt?
Usually, well, lately it's been about like 30 to 40 degrees. Usually it is.
Okay, so it's been
cold.
30 to 40 degrees like 2 weeks ago, and now I think we're in the upper teens, so it's a little extra chilly this week. What do you have to say?
So lately, I haven't been hunting lately, and part of the reason of that is because it's just bow season, and so it's been there. All the firearm season are over, and now it's just bow season till the end of January, and I don't even know if I'm gonna hunt anymore just because the deer, like after a lot of firearm seasons, they get all messed up and they're all skittish and they don't want to go near and like any food plots or something like that because they've been shot at a bunch and they've heard a bunch and they're all like crazy. I don't know, something like that.
All right, Ben. So, can you get up for me and bring all your warm clothes over here? Careful now, and show me what you wear when you go hunting. So
I'm gonna start from the bottom up. So
here we go.
Starting with my boots, I have some muck boots.
Show them up close. Show them these muck boots.
Just the original black muck boots, just pretty classic. And then I got a nice thick pair of socks.
Look at these bad boys. Like, show me these. Open these up.
Look at that, man. Just, look at the inside, just nice and fuzzy.
You're trying to go, right?
Yeah.
So, how important is it to keep your feet warm?
Very important. They get cold pretty easy because there's just little toes in there. There's not a whole lot of meat in there to keep warm.
Oh.
So you gotta make sure you layer up nice and good because a lot of times when I'm hunting, my toes get cold and not a lot of other stuff my toes do. On to the next.
Keep them toes warm. Do you ever use toe warmers?
No.
He says no.
Part of the reason is because I've never used them before, but I feel like if you put them in there and then your feet got really hot, and it's kind of hard to take off your boots in a tree stand or something to take it out or something. So, but I wear these.
Lower your head a little bit. We're trying to get in here.
So I wear these overalls and then a couple pairs of pants under them and then some long johns. So I'll wear these overalls and then I'll get some jeans and then I'll get a pair of sweatpants and then under all that with my long johns. I don't know if you know what that is, but anyway. And
what are long johns, Ben?
Here, I'll show them.
Tell the people what long johns are. Because a lot of these city people, they might not know what long johns are because they don't have to go out in the cold, right?
They're these old thin things that are skin tight and you put them under all your clothes and they keep you nice and warm. Show them up close,
dude. So these are long johns. They're kind of like leggings, but they're way more fuzzy and they're made to keep you warm. Leggings, a lot of times if I go outside in leggings, the cold just kind of goes right through.
And they have them for also your upper body too. And in that. And then a couple pairs of pants. And I'm not going to show you those because everybody knows what pants.
Y'all know what pants look like, I'm sure.
And then I'll wear my long johns for the upper body. Just some silky stuff. And I have this nice and thick long sleeve shirt, Under Armour. And it's pretty fuzzy inside. And it's good heat gear, keeps you warm.
All right, 1 second. We want to pause. Craig says, Sarah, can we do a test? Ask everyone on your local network to get off the internet so we can see if the quality of the stream will improve. So, do you want to run downstairs and just tell everyone to get off the computers and like phones and Netflix and see what Blake's doing? He's probably on the computer. So, my brother Blake, he likes to watch Netflix, and so do I. Netflix is great. I watch a lot of shows on there. Do you guys ever watch Netflix? Let me know. Ben's just telling everybody to go turn off their phones. Comment your favorite Netflix show, please. What are you doing?
Well, when I teach the little kids in the morning, I have to turn off the Wi-Fi, and that seems to improve my
Okay.
connection. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay. It's all good. So we're going to the settings and we're turning off Wi-Fi.
I want to be on there.
Blake is the only one on Wi-Fi.
I was on Wi-Fi.
Ha, you're on there. She goes, oh, yuck, I didn't want to be on there. I was like, what is it, smelling here? Like, I was confused. All right, Turkey Vulture says Netflix is amazing. You are right. All right, so let me know if the quality is any better. Can you guys let me know, please? Because we're curious.
Is everybody off now?
Yeah,
Do you think?
everybody's off.
Okay. It's clearing up a little bit.
Okay. Ed Gein says Stranger Things is the only Netflix show I have seen. All right, well, you gotta keep on watching Netflix. There's The Ranch is where it's at. That's a really good show. All right, we're going back. Ben's tapping me. He wants to get back to his hunting stuff. So here we go.
So I got a good jacket. You know, not too big, not too small. It's good, just your average jacket. You know, and I'll put that on. And then, but under that, also have just your average sweatshirt. But then the game changer, folks, is Carhartt. They're real good.
Carhartt. Shout out to Carhartt. If you're cold, get you a Carhartt.
These are some nice, thick jackets. Nice cotton. Got a nice shell, and they're pretty waterproof. And they're pretty good against the wind also. And what this does is it's like called a shell coat. And so it's just kind of hard, not that bad. And then inside, you got some nice cotton. Keeps you nice and warm. 100% cotton.
Hannah Bear 123 says The Heart of Dixie is the show to watch. By the way, guys, I was mistaken. Hannah Bear is actually Hannah's mom, but she's on Hannah's account watching YouTube, so I thought it was Hannah because Hannah's staying the night here. So I was like really confused about that. Hannah stays the night here sometimes because her mom works at night. She's a nurse.
And also,
nurses are great, by the way.
One of the most important things, you just gotta have some hot hands. That is a big game changer.
All right, guys, hot hands. Do y'all know what hot hands are? They are hand warmers. You need these if you are going out in the cold or going hunting. Get you some of these. Carhartt, Ted says, thought those were Under Armour. So Under Armour is like the long johns maybe were Under Armour. Maybe one of the shirts were Under Armour.
Yeah,
but the Carhartt is the coat. So Carhartt is the coat you get. Under Armour is the underlayer that you want to get. If you want to get all brand specific here, Under Armour is the Under Armour, literally. So Carhartt is the outer layer that you want to have on to stay warm.
And then, and I have hand warmers. And then I like these gloves a lot because when you're shooting, when you're hunting, you need your hands for some stuff, and you can't always have gloves on. So these are nice because you can just flip open and put it over your fingers, keep them warm. Have that for the thumb too. Because like say, you're sitting there nice and cozy in your gloves, and then deer comes up, and you can't just take off your gloves. You just go nice and quiet, and just boom, got him. Yeah.
All right. So what else do you have here? We have the boots, socks, pants, gloves, jacket. Is there anything else?
Yeah.
Ooh.
A nice face warmer for real windy days like it's been lately. Those are real good.
It gets pretty windy in Maryland, in case y'all didn't know. So this covers up your face. I noticed if I keep my neck warm, a lot of times it's like it just keeps my whole body warm. Like the main things to keep warm when you're outside are your toes, your hands, and your neck. Pretty much if those parts on you are warm, you're probably going to be warm. Turkey Vulture says, Ben, what's your favorite weapon hunt deer with?
A muzzleloader.
Muzzle loader. A muzzle loader is a gun, just so y'all know. The Maryland Redneck, where was all this the other day? LOL. So this is Tyler. He's our friend, and we, or Ben and Tyler more did some shooting the other day. I didn't have all my warm clothes, so I kind of just sat around in the Kubota and watched them. But Ben was also cold the other day. We didn't have all of our warm gear on. Let me just say, you know what? That was a bad experience. You know, you got to put on your warm clothes when it's cold outside. We didn't realize how cold and windy it was. Always know the weather before you go outside, all right?
And also, what I have on right now is my hat. So this hat is a little big. It's not like super tight, which is fine. But I like my things to be a little tighter. So I'll get my hat and I'll make it loose enough, but then I'll put it over so it just tightens it up. And this also will cover your ears, and it's a little more warm than this hat. But if you still need orange, you might want to wear this too.
I am the ant says, I wear a neck warmer on my super bike too. Smart stuff. Always wear a neck warmer when it's cold. All right, Ben.
All right, I think that's all.
So, Ben, you want to show us this crossbow real quick?
Sure.
And then you'll be good to go. So this here is a crossbow. Now, let me just tell you something right now before we get started. Actually, I'll have Ben tell you. What do you think?
So this, before you guys get started, no, this is not my crossbow. This is my brother's, but he didn't want to come on tonight because he had some stuff to do. So he said I could just show them it. So what you have here is, so I know some of you guys might be thinking, whoa, that's cocked, it's dangerous. Now, it's not dangerous because it's on safety and there's no arrows in it. And I'm not going to be handling this too much because it's not super like safety, but it's not like that unsafe either, so it's okay. But this here's a crossbow, and what you have is your crossbow strings to pull it back, and I don't have them right now, but there's these little ropes, and they have little clips on the end, and you clip them on each side of the strings, and then they have handles on them also, and then you just pull it back till you hear the click. And so that crossbows, like, a lot of bow hunters call them cheating.
You can put that down.
Because
He's coming back. He's putting it down. It's heavy.
But it is cheating, really. I mean, there used to be a rule that it was only like handicaps could use it or something. But it honestly is cheating because it's so much easier. Like, if that's sighted in, you don't even need to practice. Because it's just like a gun, but it just shoots an arrow, something like that.
So the reason Ben says it's cheating is because in hunting, there's like different seasons. So most of the season is just bow season, and then gun season comes in for a little bit, and then it goes back out. But bow season is you're only allowed to use bows, obviously, so no guns. So he's saying it's cheating because it's more like a gun than a bow.
And because you can shoot a lot farther, and it's a lot more easier to be steady because, like, it's already cocked and you're not holding all the weight. Instead of the compound bow, you're pulling that stuff back and you're shaking and whatnot, and it's just a lot easier. And like, because I've made a lot of mistakes with a bow when shooting deer, and then I've shot one deer in the jugular with the crossbow, and that was pretty easy, and it was a far shot, and I'd never even shot that bow before.
Yeah, Ben, can you tell us that story about that deer you shot in the jugular?
So me and my cousin were in the stand. This is my cousin's crossbow.
Crazy cousin, by the way.
And we decided to, it was like 8, it was about 9 o'clock. We hadn't seen much deer that morning, but at 8, we decided to stay out there for another hour or two. And we had been seeing some deer up in the field. We were down in the woods by a field. And then a group of deer ran down and they stopped and they're about to run. And this was a bad idea by me. And I probably won't do it again. It wasn't ethical. But I just went, I knew they're about to run, so I had to shoot. It was now or never. So I just put it on some brown and I let the arrow fly. And one of them falls down. So I was like, oh yeah, nice job. We got one. And then we went up after about an hour or half an hour, make sure it's dead, And we go up, and there's a nice little hole right through its jugular. And if you don't know what jugular is, it's the neck. like your cord in here. That's what it is.
It's the main artery.
And it just dropped the deer right down. We saw it drop, flopped around a little bit, and then it was dead, just like that. Just quick death.
Quick death because he shot it in the jugular. Way to go, Ben. Flippin' Zippo says, yeah, is there some bad winter weather down in the States? Yes, there is. It's very cold. Ed Gines says, -6 Fahrenheit in Vermont. I'm glad that I don't live in Vermont. Let me just say that. Flippin' Zippo says, Bo, do me a favor for the next show. Find out why crossbow arrows are sometimes called bolts. Do you know anything about that?
I forget why, but I mean, I guess because they're thicker and they're also shorter. I could show you one if you want.
Gotcha. All right. We'll save that for another video, but we will show them that one day. Turkey Vulture says, Zippo, I'm in New York. It's 9 Fahrenheit. Again, glad I'm not in New York or Vermont. I'm not a huge fan of Maryland, but there are times where Maryland is better than other states, I guess. When it comes to the cold weather, I guess it could be worse. Before you go, I'm going to need your help. I want to show them what I wear out in the cold.
Mhm.
So let me just tell you guys real quick. I go outside every day in the cold, even when I don't want to. There's a lot of times where I just rather stay in my bed all day, but I make myself get out of bed eventually. Even if it is like 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll get out of bed eventually. But anyway, I'm really not a winter girl because I don't like being cold. I don't have a ton of meat on my bones. I don't have a lot of stuff to keep me warm. But the only thing that I can do to keep myself warm is put on more and more and more and more and more clothes. So when sometimes I work in the morning at a farm, and then usually I just work at night at a farm, and then I also have my own barn, obviously, where I keep my horses. I go over to my own barn every single day, and then I go to work pretty much every day, and I go there and I feed pigs and goats and horses, and then at my farm I just feed my horses. But either way, I'm out in the cold for a few hours a day, pretty much every single day. Unless it's like super duper cold and I don't have to work and I just have to feed my horses, then I'll just run over and feed them and then go back inside. Takes about a half an hour to do, including like filling up the water bins. But I just wanted to show you guys what I typically wear when it's below like 40 degrees out. And obviously, depending on how cold it is, I'll put on like more sweatshirts and stuff like that. So the first thing I do is I have just a regular layer of clothes like what I'm wearing now. And then I'll usually throw on 1 or 2 more sweatshirts. So I'll usually have on 2 to 3 sweatshirts. And then I put on my coveralls, and Ben's going to lift those up for you guys because he's my little holder and he's going to show you guys. Now, these coveralls are Carhartt coveralls. Again, Carhartt is the outer layer of clothing that is warm. So I put this on over top of 2 or 3 sweatshirts. This is my coveralls. I love them. They're warm. I literally live in my coveralls in the wintertime because I'm always cold. And I love these coveralls so much because I don't have to wear a ton of like jeans or anything. Like I don't need to wear 2 pairs of pants underneath. I wear my leggings or a pair of jeans and I am warm, or my sweatpants. If it feels so good if it's really cold out to just wear a pair of sweatpants and these, and I'm like toasty warm. It feels great. So shout out to Carhartt again. Sponsor me, Carhartt, because I like you. I literally live in my coveralls. All right, and then these are some gloves. Gloves are super duper important. Here's some gloves. You can wear, whatever kind of gloves, but I don't like the fuzzy gloves. They don't keep me warm. Maybe they're good if you're just like getting in a car to like go to your job that's not on a farm. But I need this kind of glove. They have hair all over them, like dog hair and horse hair and mud, because I wear them out to the farm. So, you need a good pair of gloves to go out in the cold. I wear these gloves. I kind of switch back and forth between like 3 or 4 different pairs of gloves. Now, one thing I want to, I threw those and my dog got scared. One thing I want to show you guys that you might not know about, this is a wild rag or a bandana, whatever you want to call it. Here, I'll have Ben hold the mic and I'll put it on for you guys. Could you hold this?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna, you gotta put it in a certain shape here to put it on. It's gotta be like folded in half, like triangular. Then I put it on like this. Like so. Pull my hair out of it. And then I tie it in a knot. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna tie it in one little knot because I don't want to have to like untie them in a second. But anyway, this is kind of what it looks like, and I do a different knot. But anyway, there's special knots you can tie these in. I just kind of tie it the easiest way. But this keeps me super warm, and I usually like tuck it in my shirt. But it's really warm. It's like I said earlier, you need something on your neck, you know, to keep your neck warm. This keeps my neck super duper warm, and it's also like pretty cute. I really love these. They look super ranchy, as I like to call it. So wild rags are really good. You should, if you're ever cold and you want something like a little bit fashionable and warm, just look up wild rag and you'll be good. And then let's see. Flippin' Zippo says, nasty, Canadian here. Not even that cold here right now. How cold is it in Canada? I want to know. CraigShipp says, in case you all didn't know, Sarah is a real cowgirl. I hope so. I guess I'm a real cowgirl. I ride horses, barrel race, rodeo. I'm outside in the cold dealing with all that, so call me a cowgirl. But I gotta say, I live in Maryland, and I gotta give credit to the people out in Wyoming who like literally ranch and have cows and all that. I want to do that one day. I think that'd be super cool. Ted says, here in Amsterdam in Holland, it's 18 Fahrenheit. Well, it's about the same here. Ted says, Ben, do you like to watch Sarah barrel race, or don't you like barrel racing? Have you seen the way she takes the corner? I bet you could do it faster.
I watched her do it, but I don't know. She's pretty good on that. I don't think I could beat her.
All right, so what else? I mean, I don't have like super fuzzy socks like Ben does. Sometimes I put on 2 pairs. And then I do have winter boots like Ben. I don't have muck boots. Well, I do have muck boots, but they have a leak in them. So yeah, I don't know. My muck boots, I really loved them until they got a leak in them. They're super warm boots. Then they got a leak. So I don't know how I feel about muck boots, but I do have a different pair of winter boots that are like waterproof and they're super warm and insulated. And then this is my coat. I wear this over top of everything usually. Sometimes I tuck them in my coveralls, like I put them on before, but this is just a winter coat. It's really for hunting. If you want something warm, get something that's made to keep hunters warm because they just sit there in the cold. They don't move, so it has to keep them warm. This is a super warm coat. This is Field and Stream brand. Field and Stream has a lot of good stuff. It's also cute because it's like burgundy underneath. And I like burgundy. I think it's a pretty color, so it doesn't look like all camo and it's not like boring. So, you know, Field and Stream is a good brand. They have pretty cool stuff. So, Ben, you're good to go. You want to say bye? Does anybody have anything else? Okay, what do you have to say?
But you know, it doesn't even matter how it looks because you can't see the You can't see it anyway because it's camo.
Oh yeah, there's a big joke. I don't know if you guys know, but sometimes people will be wearing camo. Like, say they are completely dressed in camo. Somebody will say, "Oh, hey, there's just a head there. I can't see you," because you know you're not supposed to be able to see camouflage. People go around saying that all the time. O Frog says Benyard is the GOAT. What does that mean, Ben?
Greatest of all time.
Okay, so that's another Ben word. GOAT. Greatest of all time. The other word is cheeks, right?
I guess.
Cheek. Like if something's messed up, Ben goes, that's cheeked. You know, I don't understand his language, but whatever. Goat, cheeked.
I don't really say goat.
The stuff children come up with these days.
They're also called Tom Brady the GOAT.
Okay, so Tom Brady's apparently the GOAT. Oh, Ben doesn't like Tom Brady. Oh, guys, what do you have to say about this? Ben, what do you think about Tom Brady?
I mean, he's just too good. I mean, I just don't like him.
He's too good, so Ben doesn't like him. Guys, come on.
There's a thing that they might have deflated some balls in one of the Super Bowls, but, I mean, we'll get into that another day.
Okay, so Ben doesn't like Tom Brady. The Maryland Redneck says, hate him, TBH. Okay, so Tyler doesn't like them either.
Yeah.
He hates the Patriots too.
The Patriots, yep. They're all bad.
So sorry, guys. I am dreadfully sorry.
And Go Rams in the Super Bowl.
Just kidding. I don't care. I don't care about football. I don't pay attention to football, guys.
Just gotta say, go Rams, guys. All the Patriots fans out there, I hope they lose.
Oh, okay. Ben hopes the Patriots fans lose. Ted says Artem Labov from the UFC is the GOAT. Ooh. Turkey Vulture does not like Tom Brady either. Sorry.
I know. He's in another Super Bowl.
You know what, guys? Let's be
Don't let him
positive.
in.
We like everybody, okay? Be nice.
All right.
You out? You're going?
Yep.
Everyone say bye to Ben. Bye, Ben.
All right. Thank you. Go Rams.
Okay, get out of here. Don't be cleaning your stuff out. Let me just finish this up. All right, so guys. Oh, another tip real quick for the cold weather. I'm just going to scooch over here so I'm like in the middle. Another tip, guys, for cold weather is maybe this chair is too tall for me. Hold on. All right. Cold weather is having a phone charger. So my phone, I have an iPhone. This bad boy right here. Got it off Craigslist for $200 because I'm cheap and I didn't want to buy a $1,000 phone. And I figured, why do that when I can just get one off Craigslist? So I got that phone, and I don't know if maybe since this is like an iPhone, this is an iPhone 6. I don't know if since they've updated them, if like they work better in the cold, but my phone likes to die when it's cold outside. Like randomly. It'll be on 50% and it just turns off, and it's really frustrating and super annoying. So one tip that I have for the cold, if you have this problem, maybe you guys don't, but I like to take this charger with me to a lot of places. Like sometimes I just keep it in the pocket of my coveralls or my coat. I always have one in my truck. I like to keep one at the barn. Like I keep them a lot of places because my phone always dies, and like I might need to call my grandma. I call her a lot. She's probably like my number one calling person. I thought, you know what I mean. Anyway, I call her a lot because I keep my horses at her place. So a lot of times I'm like, Grandma, what'd you do with this? Why is this here? I can't find this. Like, she's my go-to person. She's my manager. I like to call her my manager because there's a lot of barrel races that we go to and a lot of rodeos that we go to. And my grandma is, she's usually the one that's like, oh, we're going to this one, or this is this day. And so I forget a lot of times. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I forget which ones are which days and everything else. I'm not the best at keeping track of things, but we're going to get to that in a minute. But anyway, so I call my grandma a lot. And so I like to have my phone charged up because sometimes I need to call my manager, aka Grandma Sarah. Yes, I'm named after my grandma, Sarah, and Grandma Sarah. Everyone calls her Grandma Sarah, by the way. You go to all the barrel races and stuff, and you'll hear the other people be like, oh, hey, Grandma Sarah. Hey, Grandma Sarah. And I'm like, what about me, guys? I'm here too. But they all love Grandma Sarah. It's great. Grandma Sarah is hard to hate. Let me just tell you that. Ted says, wait, you have a truck? Awesome. Well, Ted, I currently do not have a truck because mine was totaled, but I am working on getting a new one, or new to me because I don't have that much money, but by the way, guys, donate to my Bitcoin. There's like a little thing. It's on my Instagram and all that stuff. So go to my Instagram, find the little picture of my Bitcoin and scan it and go donate Bitcoin to that. And I'm holding all my Bitcoin. If you guys ever get Bitcoin, it's a good idea to hold on to it. And that's what I'm doing because the value of Bitcoin can go up. So send me Bitcoin to donate to Cowgirls Live, and we'll get like new cameras and new equipment with that maybe. I am the aunt says phone sock to keep it warmer. I use one to protect my phone. That's really smart. I'll definitely have to look into that because it's so annoying when my phone just randomly dies. And like a lot of times I want to take pictures and stuff and my phone just turns off and it's like, wow, I was going to take a really cute picture of my horse in the snow, but then my phone turned off. That literally happened to me the other day and I was kind of annoyed. So guys, for today's tip, I didn't really give you a tip earlier, you might have noticed, but I want to talk about organization. So that's kind of why I told you guys I'm not super organized. I need my manager. I'm going to talk about organization because I need some of that in my life. So I'm just going to show you guys what I do, or what I try to do, because a lot of times I don't do it, and I slack off a little bit. So I'm going to show you guys what I do, kind of just organize stuff. And first off, I want to say getting like cute things helps me want to organize stuff. I know that's like super cheesy, but like this is really cute. It makes me want to write down stuff. It says wild and free on it. I love this thing. So if you guys like are having trouble keeping track of everything that you do, and you need motivation to keep track of all your stuff, and like motivation to write down things that you're doing, get something cute to write on or write in, and like get some cute pens. Like, let me show you guys. So I have some cute pens in here. They're all colorful. I don't use them a lot, but I have these, and I forget that I have them all the time because they stay in my drawer. But like, let me show you guys a cool color. Like this is a cool color. This makes me want to write down stuff. So if you guys are having trouble like keeping track of what you're doing, get some cool stuff to write down stuff with and keep track of what you're doing. Because like I told you guys before, I work, I have my horses, and I didn't tell you this, but I also go to college. So I go to just a community college right now. But I do have a lot of stuff on my plate, and I do videos like this. Plus, I have some friends that I like to hang out with, and I gotta keep my horses in shape. Like, I have a lot on my plate. You know, I wake up every day, and usually I'll have class in the morning, but I haven't had class. I'm kind of on winter break, so I've just kind of been like chilling, riding my horses more. But usually during the week I'll have class. I gotta go to work at this barn. It takes me like an hour or two a day, which, you know, it's not a super long time, but it's more time that I have to be doing something. I ride my horses. I take care of my horses too. And then on top of my classes, I have homework, and I do Cowgirls Live. So I have a lot on my plate. So I just wanted to show you guys how I organize it all and give you a few tips. So this here is this handy dandy book that I got a while ago. I wrote down Sarah's stuff on it. It helps if you write down your name on stuff. It's super fun. Keep stuff fancy. It's going to make you want to keep track of everything that you're doing. So in this book, I have 3 little tabs in it. And I have one, it looks like 3 barrels. I don't know if you guys can see the tab or not, but kind of looks like 3 little barrels. Let me just take it out of here for you guys. I always like to keep the first page blank, by the way, like the new tab. I don't know why. It just kind of looks more organized. So it's supposed to look like 3 barrels because this is where I write down stuff about barrel racing. And then the last tab says workout, because I was going to start working out, but then I realized like there's not even a point because I'm already in shape from doing the barn and stuff. So I made this little tab for working out, and then I never really started working out because like I just didn't have time for it. And I don't have a problem staying in shape anyway. So, but anyway, Turkey Vulture says yes. Hold on to the Bitcoin. So I wrote workout, but I don't need that tab. I should have got rid of that. But anyway, and then I have that barrel racing tab, and then I didn't name this other tab, but I have like a calendar that I keep track of what I do. And also I write down under the barrel racing section. I'm going to show you guys this. It's going to be hard because I don't want all these papers to fall out, but here. All the papers fell out, I know. But under the barrel racing section, I kind of like write down what I have to take each weekend. Feed, supplements, hay, bedding, tack, plus my wraps, and like a shirt. I like to pick out my rodeo shirt before I go and always have an extra one. But anyway, it just helps to write down like what you got to bring, what you got to take. And then in the back of this book, I literally just have a bunch of papers and important things that I kind of need to hold on to. And I also have some tickets. Actually, I've never gotten a ticket. Well, no, I have. From my wreck, I got a ticket. But anyway, I haven't had to pay that yet. But I've gotten 2 warnings, guys. One, I didn't stop all the way to stop sign. and another one I was going 10 over the speed limit. But I have yet to get a ticket from like actually doing something. Like my wreck, I really couldn't control. I just think it's funny that I've had like all these warnings, but I keep all these like random papers back here just to help kind of keep track of where they are. And then also I'm gonna have a brand for my horses. Like a lot of people brand their horses to keep track of them. I just kind of doodled a bunch of brands back here. It's fun to like draw out what you want to do to keep yourself like on track. It's something to do. It keeps you motivated. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys kind of how I keep track of stuff. Here, let me show you guys. This is a better example. I write down each month a calendar. I look at the calendar on my phone and then I write down like the days and stuff to make sure that I get the exact days correct. So, and then like if I do something fun that month, I'll put like this. I went to a Cody Johnson concert in May. So I put this in the little May section because it's like, oh, I went to Cody Johnson in May. So I'm going to show you guys this. I got to put this down. So this is my calendar for May. I kept track of all the barrel races that I went to, what I did, when I had riding lessons, when I had to go to work, all that stuff. It's super important to have what time you got to be at class, what time you need to be at work, what time you need to clean out your barn, what time you need to ride your horses, when you need to do your homework, when the barrel races are. All that stuff is really going to keep you guys on top of yourself so that you don't feel stressed out. When I write things down, it keeps me motivated and not stressed out because I know when it is. I don't have to like worry about, oh, when's this barrel race? Oh, when's this homework assignment due? When's this? When's that? Have it written down. So that's today's tip. Write down stuff. Keep track of what you're doing. I also like to keep track of my show, what I did on a certain day or what I need to do next, what camera I need to get or stuff like that. So, that's today's tip. Write stuff down and get some cool colors and stuff that looks fun just to keep yourself motivated and like so that you'll like enjoy keeping track of things, if that makes sense. Because when you ride horses and have a busy lifestyle, that farm life, I got a lot of stuff going on. I always need to keep track of what horses need what too. Write down what horses need what feed, what horses need what supplement. Write down when you put hay in the field so that you know when you're going to need to put hay in again. Sarah, do you go to barrel races nationwide or mainly East Coast? Mainly East Coast. The farthest I've been out to a rodeo was Wyoming, but I don't go on super long trips that often. It's just every now and again. But anyway, also write down your fuel mileage and how much hay your horses are eating, because this time of year when it's cold, we put out round bales so the horses have hay 24/7, and we need to keep track of how much they're eating per week so we know when to put out the next round bale. So I want to just encourage you guys to write everything down and when you need to do stuff, and that's how I keep myself organized somewhat so that I don't need to call my manager as much. So yeah, that's kind of like what I want to end this video on, is like keeping yourself motivated and writing things down so you know what's next. That way you can just relax and be content with what you have going on. So that's it for today. Actually, let me just tell you guys my next barrel race, because I didn't tell you all that, is this weekend. I didn't go to the one this past weekend because it was snowing. Kind of annoying. I needed to get out. But my next rodeo, it's not even a barrel race, it's an actual rodeo, is this weekend, Friday night in Salisbury, Maryland, with the Lone Star Rodeo Company. So stay posted. I might get some videos up of that. Actually, I definitely will have videos of that. So I definitely will have some videos up of that. So stay posted for that. I'll post the video on the Instagram and maybe the Facebook too. I'll let you know. So follow us on Instagram at Cowgirls Live, Facebook Cowgirls Live, Twitter Cowgirls Live. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.